Hi everyone, in today's video I am going to be doing a very highly requested type of video, and that is for me to share my all-time favorite products with you guys. I think this might be a little bit shocking to you guys because a lot of these products are going to be kind of full coverage and powder products. You see me using a lot of like creams and light coverage makeup a lot on my channel, but the products that I'm going to be talking about in today's video are my holy grail products, the products that I know are going to last me all day, the products I know I'm going to be using for special events, dinners, photos. Like, these are my holy grail products. I find that using more natural products, I do that on a daily basis, and it's fun for me, and I like trying new products of natural beauty. But when it comes to like my full coverage glam looks, my full coverage long wearing looks, these are the products that I stick to. These are the products that I know work. When it comes to full coverage foundations, I have three favorites that come to mind. The first one being Estee Lauder Double Wear. This time of the year I wear 3W1 Tawny. So Estee Lauder Double Wear, a big favorite. I also like the Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation from Urban Decay, and this one's a new one. And then this time of year I wear 41NN. And then I also like the Bare Minerals Bare Pro, and I wear the shade 18 in this one. All three of these foundations for me are long wearing, beautiful finishes on the skin, nice and full coverage. The one that has the most full coverage is my Estee Lauder Double Wear. The one that lasts the longest on me is my Bare Pro from Bare Minerals. And one that kind of does it all for everyday use for me is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Foundation. So there's things that I love about each and every one of these foundations. I can't think of a single thing that I don't like about these foundations, so that's why they are my holy grail. Today I'm going to be using my Urban Decay foundation. When they kind of discontinued the Naked Skin foundation from the Ulta stores, I was a little bit devastated. I really liked the Naked Skin foundation, but I really like everything about the Stay Naked foundation. I feel like it's kind of like the Naked Skin's big sister. I do think that there's room for both of the formulas in the line. I don't know why they got rid of Naked Skin. I feel like the formulas are too different to like compare. I don't think that Stay Naked is like Naked Skin reformulated. I think it's a totally different formula and gives you a totally different look. So yeah, it's just kind of a bummer that I don't have the option of Naked Skin anymore, but I really love my Stay Naked. Unfortunately, I don't feel the same way about my Stay Naked concealer. I am still a Naked Skin Urban Decay concealer girl all the way. I'm going to have to find a way to get my hands on more of these because it's my favorite concealer of all time. This is my holy grail concealer. I wear anywhere between a light medium neutral, light medium warm, and then a medium neutral. This right now is medium neutral. Honestly, it's a little bit dark for me at the moment, but I still am able to make it work. I love this concealer so much because it gives me just enough coverage and never ever looks cakey or thick or crusty underneath the eyes. It's honestly like the best concealer, and it covers really well because sometimes you can't have the best of both worlds. For example, like the Tarte Shape Tape, that girl is thick but she has full coverage. It's just too much for me. But the Naked Skin gives just enough coverage while still looking really nice and like natural underneath the eyes. I feel like it's a really versatile concealer. You can wear it on more natural days or you can wear it on more like full coverage glam days. I tend to use a lot of different powders. I like to mix up my powders a lot of the time, but I really love my MAC set powder. I think that she gets the job done. Perfect for a light dusting or baking. Sometimes when you bake with certain powders, they end up getting like stuck and I don't know, just looks weird. I also don't ever find that this powder makes me look too dry crusty. It also looks so good in like photos. I actually discovered this powder after I used the Patrick Star powder so much, and then I ran out of that one and I decided to try the other set powder that they had, the other MAC set powder, and this one's great. I have a lot of favorite cheek products, however my all-time favorite bronzer will always be the Becca Bronze Bondi. It's perfect. It is perfect for my skin tone. It's perfect for me year-round. It's lovely. It always looks nice and smooth. It's never splotchy. I could literally put it on like in a rush and it'll always look good. And I love it as eyeshadow as well. Honestly, like my go-to look is this as a bronzer and then put all over my eyes and then I'm good to go. So I always like to put my highlighter on before my blush. It's just something that I like to do. And I have 3 favorite highlighters. My top highlighter is probably the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. It's just an all-time fave. I still have the old packaging. This thing is lasting me forever. I also always adore the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed in Champagne Pop. Jaclyn Hill honestly did a 10 out of 10 job on this highlight. It does look good on everybody. And then another highlight I like is from NARS, and this is the Fort de France. I don't know, but it's like this one. It's so pretty. I feel like these all kind of have something a little bit in common. It's kind of like all a little pinky and peachy, definitely very beautiful and shimmery. I think I'm gonna use the NARS one today. It's been a little while since I've used this one. For my blush, my absolute favorite blush is from Clinique, and this is their Cheek Pop in the shade Fig Pop. I think it's the perfect pink for my skin tone. It's not too bright, but it's not too deep either, and it just brings such nice color and like warmth to my skin. I think it's so flattering. This is actually my second one, which is so surprising because it takes me so long to like go through any sort of product, but this is my second one of my Cheek Pop, and I've like, you know, made a pretty good dent in that. Like, it's my favorite. I've been trying so many new things lately ever since my channel's been doing really well. I just want to try all these new things for you guys, but it's been so long since I've put like my all-time favorites on my skin, and I just really remember why these are my favorites. Like, this looks so good to me. I feel like very much myself right now. As far as eyebrows go, I do tinker between Anastasia Brow Wiz and Anastasia Brow Definer. It's honestly whichever one I can get on sale, because they do always pop up for like the 21 Days of Beauty at Ulta. I think I like the Brow Definer just a little bit more because it's a little bit faster to fill in my brows, and I feel like it does last longer. Not like the longevity of the product, but I mean like the actual product lasts longer. Like, I can have this for a longer amount of time. I feel like the Brow Wizzes like run out so quick. I feel like I'll use it like 12 times and it's already gone. But I feel like the Brow Definer lasts just a little bit longer. So it's a little bit more worth my money. Ooh, my eyebrows look very dark right now. I'm using like a mixture of natural lighting and ring light because it's like a weird time of day right now. It's like overly bright outside, so I can't like sit in front of the camera or else you literally won't be able to see anything. So as far as eyeshadows go for me, I do like palettes. My probably all-time favorite palette is the Urban Decay Naked Heat. I feel like when this palette came out, it was made for me, so I immediately bought it, and I do love it. I love it so much. So I just think that this palette, the color story of the palette is my colors. These are what I use for like daily basis, and then for more like deep evening material shades I can use this for. So I love this. This is like the best naked palette that they've come out with in my opinion. From Urban Decay also, I just really like Urban Decay shadows. What I like to look for in a shadow is something buildable. I really enjoy MAC shadows for that reason. I feel like a lot of brands kind of care more about having intense pigment, something that swatches really nicely, whereas me, I like something that I can build up. I like something that I can put on really sheer or something that I can really pack on. So a buildable shadow is what's important to me, and I like those creamy buildable shadows. I feel like Urban Decay does a good job at that, and I feel like MAC does a good job at that too, but I don't like MAC eyeshadow palettes. I prefer MAC single shadows. I do have a little MAC palette that I like, but maybe that could be a totally separate video, like full face of using my like MAC favorites, because I really love MAC cosmetics. I feel like at this point they're a little bit more underrated. People don't use them as often, but MAC is classic. Like using MAC products is like effortless. But for my second favorite palette, I love the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I feel like this has everything you could possibly need. It has those great transitioning shades. It has some fun colors that you can work with. It has some really nice golds and bronze. I think it was a really perfect addition to the line and a really perfect addition to my collection. Honestly, if I had this palette only, I probably could make that work for the rest of my life, because what I love about Naked Heat is in this palette as well. This is a very warm palette and I'm very drawn to warm shadows. And then lastly, which is kind of a newer favorite, but I fell in love with this palette, it's actually the Kylie Jenner Bronze palette. And again, this one for me, I feel like was made for me. Like I didn't realize I needed this palette until I actually owned it. I feel like every color is so usable. Every color has a purpose. I feel like as far as like everyday basic eyeshadow palettes, this wins the cake for me. And these shadows perform really like MAC shadows, where like you kind of have to build them up a little bit to get that color intensity that you want, which I prefer, like I said earlier. I think for today's video, I am going to go in with my Naked Heat palette. It's been a little while since I've put Naked Heat on my eyes, so I would really like to revisit her a little bit. I've missed her company. I would always first go in with Low Blow right here, and I would apply this shade basically all over the eyes. I would apply all of the shades basically all over the eyes. I just really love the look of like a monochromatic eyelid. Definitely let me know what your favorites are. I'm curious to see what your kind of favorite eyeshadows are, eyeshadow palettes, everything. I feel like if you've been watching my videos for a really long time, these won't be surprising to you, but I know a lot of my viewers are very new. But I used to use Naked Heat and basically all of these products, like in all of my videos, especially the cheek products. Like these cheek products have been with me through thick and thin. But I just feel like these blend out like butter. I feel like newer formulated eyeshadows, you need to like really sit and blend and blend and blend, because one, they're like kind of chalky, and then two, they're just way too much. They're like way too pigmented. And then Cayenne was like my next favorite shade. I would always go in with that shade next, basically all over the eyelid again, but a little bit more focus like all over the lid rather than the crease, like a little bit in the crease, but I would let the Low Blow shade kind of stay as that like transition shade. But oh yeah, this was my look. This was it. And honestly, I would keep my eyes like this. I would keep like a matte shadow and then let the highlight that I kind of like dust on my eyelids in the very beginning to kind of like shine through the matte. It's like very much detailed, but very much not at the same time. It's like just me allowing all of the products on my skin to kind of blend together. So even though a lot of times I would keep the look to be exactly like this, I am going to add a little bit of shimmer. I'm going to add a little bit of dirty talk. And then I'm just gonna go back into my crease and kind of fluff everything up. So another thing I love to add to any sort of glam eyeshadow look is an eyeshadow glitter topper, and my favorite eyeshadow glitter topper of all time is the Urban Decay Space Cowboy, and it just looks like this. This has been beaten up, but I love her so much. I have another one for like my little kit when I do freelance jobs. I do freelance jobs very, very rarely, but I have one for my kit because it's just the perfect amount of like sparkle to any look. And it's not over the top, it's not too much. It's just like a little dusting of sparkle and it's just perfect. Like, that just really made the look, you know? It's just so pretty. I'm going to add a little bit of ounce to my brow bone. I'm going to set my eyebrows, and although I do love my boy brow for like every day, I do love my boy brow. I also really like my Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, and I feel like this was a long favorite before I discovered my Glossier boy brow. And even before I discovered that I did like the Glossier boy brow in clear. But I love my clear brow gel from Anastasia. I feel like I like how like kind of wet it feels on my eyebrows initially. It's also like cement. And then I also, not sure if you guys know my little trick, but I take the brow gel and I use it to comb back my baby hairs. Favorite mascara for me includes my Lancome Monsieur Big mascara. I also really like my Clinique High Impact mascara and my Glossier Lash Slick, but my Monsieur Big is my go-to for those more like makeup wearing days where I want to look like I'm wearing makeup. I also only buy this mascara when it's on sale because it's $30 full price. I've never paid full price for this mascara before. I usually use my Glossier Lash Slick for this part, but I don't know where she is, and this is like a pretty good dupe for it, which is my Honest Beauty mascara. But I like to just go in with a different mascara and separate my lashes after I use the Monsieur Big because sometimes that one can be a little bit too big. And then I definitely don't like using the Monsieur Big on my bottom lashes. I'm going to take this really small blending brush and I'm just going to run some like shadow underneath my eyes after I did my lower lash line mascara. So lip liners are one of my favorite lip products. I love a good lip liner. Probably my favorite lip liner of all time is MAC lip liner in Spice, and that's what she looks like. I love a pinky brown nude. You'll probably hear me say pinky brown nude a million times if you watch my video. I also really like this shade right here, which is the Bare Minerals Gen Nude lip liner in On Point. So that's the lip liner that I like. I like wooden lip liners a lot. There's something about a lip liner that I have to twist up that I don't like. I like a wooden lip liner. And then I also adore the Buxom Plump Line lip liners. I really like the shade Hush Hush a lot, which is this shade right here. It's a little bit more pinky, but it definitely falls under that pinky brown nude category. And then I also really like my Buxom Plump Line lip liner in Undercover, but I couldn't find that one, but it's another favorite of mine. Looking at all three of them together, I'm actually really drawn to the Bare Minerals On Point lip liner, even though Spice is like my all-time favorite lip liner. But I'm going to go ahead and use Wilma. But I'm going to go ahead and just use the Gen Nude lip liner just because I'm really drawn to it right now, like looking at all three of them swatched together. I would honestly just wear like a liner and some gloss and like that would be my look. You can totally see the tones that I like in my makeup just based on this look right here. Like, see how everything is kind of monochromatic? Like everything kind of goes together. That's really just what I like. Lip products, I have 3 favorites. My probably all-time favorite lipstick, it's the most flattering on me, is my MAC lipstick in Taupe. You'll see Taupe and Spice go hand and freaking hand. I love Taupe. And then I also love the lipstick in Staunch from Anastasia. So that Staunch, she's more matte. She's kind of like a matte version of Taupe. I honestly have not swatched any of these products like side by side, so this is kind of interesting. I kind of want to make an updated video of my all-time favorite pinky brown nude lipsticks. I do have one on my channel. It's not too old, but I feel like that style of video isn't very me anymore. And then another favorite of mine is my Lancome lipstick, and this one is in the shade 254. And that's just what that one looks like, another pinky brown nude. And that's what the Lancome lipstick looks like right there. I think I'm gonna put the Lancome lipstick on. I'm really drawn to her right now. My look would not be complete without my Urban Decay All-Nighter Spray. I will not leave the house without putting the spray on. If there's a video of mine where I didn't put the spray on, you best believe I put it on after the video. Like, I will not leave the house without my all-nighter spray. But this is my full face of Holy Grails. This is the type of full coverage glam that I am most comfortable in. I think it's very me. I love how the colors look with my skin tone and my look. And I feel like everything does a good job working together and it all accentuates my like natural features. If you guys are interested in seeing more of a natural Holy Grail makeup video, go ahead and let me know. I'm not sure if that's something that you guys would want to see because I feel like you guys already know what my Holy Grail natural products are, but I don't know, maybe not. You'll just have to let me know. Also, let me know what I should title that one because I feel like I'm just gonna title this one my Holy Grail makeup products and then I wouldn't know what to title the other one. But I do hope this video was helpful to you guys. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for a video like this. In the comments below, let me know what your Holy Grail makeup products are. Let me know what your like ride or die products are because that's totally these ones for me. If I had to get rid of my entire makeup collection or if I had to like start over from scratch, these would be the first makeup products that I would pick up. But anyway, that is going to be it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Definitely go ahead and subscribe if you want to be notified whenever I post a new video, and hopefully I see you next time.